bell and come walk with me wherever you're on the world so you never miss me walking. So I'm up early, out here walking earlier than I have been. I went to bed at a reasonable hour, slept really well, and I'm working on fasting for 24 hours. Can I make it? And I've done that before, and I've been researching all the good things that it does. And I do remember how it helped me drop weight and just being in ketosis, moving back into keto. A lot of times you don't feel hungry. And I think we're so conditioned to eating those 3 meals a day that it's just really interesting how that works. But as your body gets into ketosis, it really gets rid of that stored fat, and you get more energy, you feel fuller, right? And that's definitely what's been going on. So it's all about preparation too. And of course, if I get super duper hungry, I might have a snack, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to hydrate. I don't feel hungry at all. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm making claims, not telling you what to do. Always consult your physician, right? Or your healthcare provider, or whatever whoever you're working with. So, but this is what I'm choosing to do. I did have my own health issues. I did take Advil and vomited blood. Ended up in the hospital, almost died. They didn't know if I had cancer at the time or an ulcer. Thank God I had none of that. But I did have a ring with a hiatal hernia. I'm a balloon artist, so I was mouth inflating balloons by mouth. The pressure, I think, created that, is what I was told. So anyway, I got on Nexium because they told me I needed to be on that. Otherwise, I could be in trouble, they said. And I had lots of side effects from that. I had bone loss, things like that, and it scared me. So I started going a natural route and found this high-impact ginger turmeric muscadine that I take daily. Saved my life. So, I don't have issues anymore. But there's times that, we all overeat sometimes, or if I eat the wrong thing, right, I might get a little issue, but I really don't. I'm pretty good. My birthday, I did cheat a little bit. I ended up having a birthday cake right the end of July. So got all that sugar out of my system again. And it's like I'm here on the track and everybody's getting ready for back to school with all the sport games and all that, getting ready and stuff. And I always say back to school, back to reality for us all, right? For the summer. But I'm really excited to do this 24-hour fast, and I think that it'll be good. I feel good, and I make my good list today. It's a nice day here today in Boston. It was in the 60s, might be in the 70s now. I think it's going to hit like maybe 80, but a little under it. But I don't feel too warm. I'm sure that it'll get warmer as I'm walking here, and but I have all that prepared from my waters in the car, hydrating and keeping cool and watching the sun, as I know that when I come up early, I've had this burn in the back of my neck that I gotta watch, right, where the sun hits. So it can be a little brutal, but anyway, I am preparing for my meal. So what I think I'm gonna have when I break the fast is I have a can of tuna fish, and I'm going to chop it up. And I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. I'll chop that up. I'll put some cheese in it. And I'm going to use full-fat sour cream. And I'm going to use some Dijon mustard, maybe a little keto mayo, mix it all up. And it'll be good fats. I might get an avocado and add it in there. That's really good. And we'll see. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I'm Heaven. Good to see you again. What files? Hello, hey. Welcome. I'm here in Boston walking, and I'm working on my 24-hour fast. Hopefully I can make it. I'm feeling okay. It's a beautiful day. And getting my walk in and say, come walk with me, everybody. Come walk with me. Secret files, you're funny. I love the entertainment. You only help my channel. Only secret file is I'm not AI. How about that? So, no secrets, no files here. That's funny. So, how about you? Is anybody else working on intermittent fasting? Anybody else working on keto? This is okay. Eating clean, feeling better, getting those ketones in, and just working on your wellness in general. And walking, doesn't cost you anything, just some time and a commitment. And I decided to go walking each and every day live. We had such a bad winter in Boston, I wasn't able to walk for 3 months. And my intention was to go to the mall. I couldn't even get there, It was a lot of snow. So as soon as I could get out here, I started walking, even though there was ice and rain on here. Some days I was slipping and sliding, but I did it. And it's all about being consistent. So now as I eased into this wellness quest, and every day is a more improvement, now I'm tackling the 24-hour fast. And that's my goal today. I'm going to see how I do this week. And sometimes when you start something, it's not perfect, right? We're not looking for perfection. We're just easing into it. But that is the goal. I remember when I started keto a few years back, and I was in Vegas, and I would go to a buffet, and I would have the salad bar, and I eat a good amount of chicken salad, tuna salad, and all that. And I have lettuce with either blue cheese or dressing or ranch, and I was losing weight. I was eating once a day. It was amazing. You used to eat 3 boiled eggs a day without yellow parts of my breakfast. The yellow parts are actually good for you, they say now. So I know that they said that they weren't. They actually are. You can do the research, and that's the research I've done. You can go to pubmed.gov. We were told that. And there's choline in eggs, and choline's really good for the liver, fatty liver. It's also good for muscles, and there's things in eggs. There's so many great vitamins for your brain health. It's amazing. So when we get cognitive issues, right? And again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you the research I've done. I work with them. Is we need that. My mom had dementia. I was giving her eggs because I knew that eggs would be really good, and they're also good for your eyes. Amazing. Try to eat between sunrise and sunset, right? You got to lose 20 pounds in 15 days. Wow, really good. Okay, well, I've done that. You don't want to be in a Speedy Gonzalez weight loss thing. I don't have to lose weight. I mean, when I put that such a hard condition on myself, it sounds stressful. I want to lose weight, and that's how I look at it. And I do have that as a goal. I mean, health is number one for me. Feeling good, being able to sleep, being able to let my stomach relax from eating, and all those different things. Remember, I had acid reflux. I vomited blood. It went through me in 2 different ways. I almost died. I have a different perspective about my wellness quest, if you will, my wellness journey. I feel lucky to be here, right? So I'm taking it on a different place. Weight loss is great. You look good, you feel good, no question. And that's a great extra serendipity that happens by doing all these things and having the intention of walking, having the intention of, doing the 24-hour fast, and the intention of eating keto, taking the high-impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine like no other, because it helps with inflammation, digestion, absorption, blood flow, also important. Also, it helps with immune support. So, something? I was talking to a few people recently that just got little colds, and I noticed that when I cheated off of keto and I was having carbs and sugar, I got sick, right? When I didn't take my ginger turmeric, I get sick. And sure enough, other people I'm talking to from stress, they got sick. And I'm like, when I don't do that, I don't get sick. So it's interesting. Just tracking your results, listening to your body, be your own doctor in a sense, right? My mom would always say that. So are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to your body? Are you, tracking everything you do and seeing the results? Yeah, cut the sugar out. That's right. Where are you from in heaven, by the way? Where are you from? Love to know. But you're spot on with that. It's getting warmer out here now, for sure. It's going to be a great day. And my goal is to get my 10,000 steps in, and then I'll break it up and do more later maybe. We'll see how the day goes, but all good. But I'm all prepared. I'm all prepared for my dinner later on. I might eat around 4 or 5. I think that's what last time I ate yesterday. And I'll have that. It's going to be a cucumber, tuna with egg salad. That's what it was. I forgot the cucumbers that I'm adding in of organic cucumbers. I'll wash them up and cut them into quarters and take the skins off and mix it up. It'll be really good and satisfying. I'll be totally full from that, which is great. And I got the good fats in there with the full fat sour cream, and it'll be yummy. I also have a organic ranch seasoning I bought on Amazon. I use. It's pretty good. I could do that too, but the Dijon mustard, I was never a fan of mustard before. My mom was always into it. It really does make the taste different. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hold on a second. Okay. So, like I said, let me know if you're working on a 24-hour fast or you have, and what your results were. Well, that's something that you're going to look into. Let me know what you're working on. I'd love to hear. And that's what this is all about. We have a community of people, and big shout out to Michelle. Michelle has been watching me. She's grew up with me, my town. She's in Western Massachusetts, a couple hours from me now. She moved, and I'll be seeing her in a couple weeks again. And she said she's inspired to do walking. She walked her, I think 10 miles yesterday. So big shout out to you, Michelle, watching this. That's amazing. Keep it going. And everybody else watching this, I'd love to hear what you're doing, because you inspire me too. We can inspire each other, right? But giving your body a rest, I think, is great. Like I said, I'm not hungry at all, but I'm also had cleaned out all those sugar and carbs. So no hunger. Feel great. I will feel thirsty. I'm done with this, no question. And that's important, like I said, to keep hydrating. And then I'll make sure I supplement while I'm eating. So I got all that good stuff in me. And I do look forward to not rushing the weight loss, but seeing a weight loss drop from it. Like I said, that'll be nice. And, the other thing is, we always get obsessed with the scale. And I try to go on it like once a week or something, because on keto, don't forget, you lose inches before weight. So you might look skinnier than you are. And I can tell that by the clothes, right? And that's always good. That's why I'm not so obsessed about the weight, but I definitely would like to get it, looking better. And I'm a balloon artist. I'm running a balloon convention in Vegas, and we're having a balloon wedding in November. And I'm going to be it's not a real wedding, it's a renewal of the vows. But I want to make sure I'm looking good for that, as I'm the presenter, I'm the host and all that. So want to make sure that I feel my best to look my best, right? But I'm not obsessed with it. I just, like I said, want to be healthy and want to feel good and be alive, right? That's really what it's all about, be alive. And I think that's key. So anyway, nice breeze going on over here, which is nice. And like I said, I've been going, I think I was out here late last night. Yeah, I was here last night. It was lit up. So it's great to be out here going live during the day. And maybe I'll come back on tonight, but I don't know that I'll come back on live. We'll see. Like I'll walk, but not always live. Sometimes, I walk with a friend, or I also need to make phone calls. So I just do them while I walk. So maybe at some point I'll keep walking with you guys and do like a full 10,000 steps or more. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Issue is I may have to run to the restroom, and I'd have to turn this off in between, or if I did my 10 miles, I'm out here for several hours, definitely would have to have a bathroom break. So always good. Stay single, stay happy. Yep. You're funny. That is very funny. So all good stuff. So anyway, I know tomorrow I have a friend, Chanel's a friend, and she's a ride to the hospital, or picked up on the hospital. She's having a procedure done, and I'll be picking her and her boyfriend up at some point in the morning. So I don't know what time. She's going really early. I'm going to do my walk tomorrow and work on my fast. But I think we're going to go out for lunch, so I'll make sure it's something keto when I go out. And I'm sure I'll be fasting before that too, because once I plunge this, I'm just, like I said, not hungry. As long as I'm hydrated, I'm always good. And it's going to be great. And we're, and I know that, like right now, I'm just not hungry. And I just feel my stomach is just feeling good, and that's a good feeling, let me tell you. And deeper sleeps happen from it. So many things when you get all this right, I'll tell you. More clarity too in the mind when you're in ketosis. Boy, does it work. And if you haven't done, I definitely suggest you to try it for sure. I think you'll have some great results and feel better. You know how YouTube has all these different videos and you don't know. I mean, I do my own research on PubMed, but when I was popping this up about the 24-hour fast, which I've done before, it's not new to me, and I did it on my own. People were saying that we were never supposed to made to eat 3 meals a day, and that during the Industrial Revolution they started that. I don't know. And then, people would say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, that slogan, and they said that really was kind of made up to sell cereals and stuff. I don't know. I think that's interesting. But I do know during the Industrial Revolution, on another note, they started feeding the cows grains, and they should never have done that. They should eat grass or hay. That's why you see grass-fed. My foot is itchy. So a lot of interesting things happened. And of course, then we got in the 90s, the GMOs messing with our food. So everybody has slogans for different things, and you have to question that, right? So all interesting. But, they say that we're getting fatter and fatter in general and sicker. So why, right? Why? Ask yourself that. They do say, though, when you fast for 72 hours, right, or 3 days, that your body resets a lot of things, gets rid of a lot of things that's holding on to. So that might be my next challenge for myself. We'll see. I haven't done that before. I've done a 24-hour fast, and that has definitely worked well for me. So I know this one, I believe I can handle it. And but how about you? And has anybody here done the 72-hour fast or longer? Love to know. I love cheese too. Oh yes, lactose can do that, but when you can actually reset that when you get clean off keto, is what I've been told. I've worked with people that have done this with these naturopaths, and you have enough ginger turmeric in your system, high impact like I have. I'm not just saying it's a fact. You can reverse that over time. Those are all digestive issues, just like allergies are digestive issues. They take a while to reverse, and I have allergies pretty bad, but those are digestive issues, You do? You think I should do a podcast? Yeah, well, I definitely will be interviewing people on here, and I've done that before. I'll be adding that in at some point. So the walking live thing just kind of came abroad because I was on the challenge last fall, and it had to do with the Step Up app for walking. And what happened was everybody involved in the challenge was in it, messaged each other, and you got these little awards like first, second, and third. And people were kind of like really getting motivated and inspired with each other. And it kind of made me think, wow, well, that's not going on. What's the best thing to do? It's like going on YouTube Live. There's always an audience, and there's always people that start following you, and maybe I can inspire them and can inspire me. So that's why I did that, which is something I never thought I would do. Hello, Nicole, Charlie. Welcome. And thank you for that in heaven. I appreciate that. So we'll see how that goes. I run a couple other YouTube stations as well. So it's a lot. I'll be interviewing somebody from my balloon convention, and that one's called the Bling Bling Jam. It says The Balloon Convention. If you want to check that out, I'll be interviewing somebody today at 1, and that will load up a different day. So there's all different things that take your time up, and but it's fun. I do enjoy it. I don't know about famous. I'm not looking to be famous, but you're funny. That's funny. Maybe. That's funny. I'm just looking to help people. You know, after I almost died, it's no joke. So if that happened, great. I don't care about that. But thank you. I just want to help people. And the thing is, when I do that, I help myself to stay accountable, right? So this helps all of us. Everybody needs each other, right? We learned that over COVID, where people are not around each other. We really do need each other to stay motivated and to share and inspire each other. And like, you know, I was chatting with Michelle last night. She said, I'm really inspiring her to keep walking. Oh my God, Michelle, thank you so much for that. But she inspires me. So it works both ways. And they have a saying, not that I'm a teacher, but they say the teacher's the best student. And I believe that too. So sometimes people think I'm so comfortable with this. I made myself comfortable with it. I never thought in a million years I would walk live without editing, because I'm like, wow. So that's the truth. But it's good stuff. And I learned so much from all you guys of chatting with me and sharing different things. I mean, we had a couple of nurses on here. I haven't seen them in a while. They're on Say Hello, sharing their, you know, experiences and what they're working on. And it's amazing. And I have an eye doctor on my team, Dr. Pugh. He's on this station. You can see some things. I interviewed him before. He wrote a book on how to reverse blindness. Amazing human being. He's older. He's like in his 80s, but he works with me. And he's great. So lots of good stuff. How is my toddler life? I don't understand that. My mother's passed away, my friend. So my mother would not be on that. I lost my mom it'll be 3 years ago in September. It was god awful. She was my best friend. I have no parents. My parents have both passed. Unfortunately, I'm here alone. But I'm with you guys, and I'm with other friends. So we all have things. And my mom was one of my best friends, and she was the strongest person I've ever known. She used to be out here walking and was adamant. She should still be here. That's another story. But our medical community is crazy. So that's all I'm going to say. Welcome there, Leah. Welcome, Leah Rose. I'll say. No, I don't want to have a podcast with anybody. So, no relatives, but thank you. So anyway, this is a beautiful day. Feels great. It's just hot enough. It's not too crazy, right? And I like the breeze. And I'm glad that I said, let me get to bed at a good hour. So sometimes my time of sleeping, as I talk to different friends around the country and the world, call me at different times. So sometimes I stay up late. I'm trying to get to bed earlier. That's another thing. So I was probably sleepy around 11 last night. I got to bed a little past 12, and it was good as I slept immediately. And then I woke up a little bit to use the restroom, and I went back to bed. So I definitely got a good sleep and slept deeply, which is good. And since I've been on this keto, I definitely dream, which is great as well. So, news channel, you're so funny. Where are you from? I want to know more about you. You are really entertaining. And maybe you can do it with me, right? You're subscribed. Thank you, Leah Rose. Were you subscribed before? You just subscribed now? And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And where are you from? Are you working on your wellness quest and walking or whatever your intention is? I'd love to hear about it. This is about wellness quest, and as I say, come walk with me, and I talk about different things on my walk about what I'm working on. And I hope it inspires everybody, and you inspire me as well, which is great. Good stuff. I so appreciate all the comments, and it really does help me. When I stop the live as well, you know, it goes to private. I click to make this public, and then I go home and I edit. I put my information, my email and all that, and I do keep in touch with people. So we're in this together, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, what I like about, you know, and big shout out to Michelle again. Years ago, I went to Weight Watchers with her. I only did it like once or twice, and it was good. It was inspiring and all that. But in this day and age, I just don't want to drive someplace and all that. I'd rather come here, drive here, walk, talk, you know what I'm saying? And this works for me. So it's interesting. And we're all so busy, right? Not saying anything against Weight Watchers by any means. Like I said, it was great. And it does work for sure. It works for people. It's a great system. But for me, I need a little more flexibility. I'm self-employed. There's things that happen on my schedule. I want to be flexible. So when I come and walk live, right, I can do it any time of day or night. Like I was here last night. So hold on a second. I got to adjust. Okay. You're currently in Belfast. Oh, very cool. Wait a minute. Is this my friend over there? Okay. The reason why there's people running here, I'm on a track. So this is a track. There's running. There's games going on where I'm at. See? There's people running and walking. I'm on the track of my town. There's the playground, the tennis courts, the pool. These guys here, I don't know what they're doing, football. They're getting ready for going back to high school. So I'm on a track, and that's why people are running, walking, and I'm not always on the track. I know I'm lucky to have one in my town, and it's great. It's why I a lot of times I'm here, but I've walked on the sidewalk, as you can too. I've walked in the mall. I've walked downtown Las Vegas. I've walked all over, right? So it's always good. And this is the new playground they just made. They redid it over. People are hanging out there. So it's nice. These guys running, see? And tennis. So I'm on the track, and everybody's in their lane, if that makes any sense. So it's all good. So I wonder, is that my friend Darren? So I have a friend that does balloons out there. Everybody's incognito. All good stuff. I don't understand the question. Which football? So this is the high school or junior high. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're practicing, but there's always different. Sometimes in the middle here, they're doing football. Sometimes they're doing soccer. They're doing all different things right here. I don't know what they're doing. I haven't paid attention, but I think they're practicing or getting ready for being on teams. They're exercising. They're getting ready for being on teams once the high school starts. It's going to start in a few weeks. So that's what I think is going on. I'm pretty sure. This is a very active town. We have our town pool here, our ice skating rings across the street, tennis courts right here. It's nice. So for sure. And I feel lucky to have access to this. Oh, yes. It's called football right here. That's correct. And I know you guys call it, yeah. So soccer is soccer, but football is American football. That's correct. Yep. For sure. Which is great. And funny, growing up, I used to play some soccer as a kid. It wasn't popular, and now it's gotten popular in the United States. They used to kind of like poo-poo it. It's so weird. But it's such a great sport, and you have to be so, like, athletic, really, to do it, you know? So it's interesting how things change, right? So interesting. Yeah, great exercise for sure. And fun too. So anyway, somebody left something here. So what time is it in Belfast? What time is it when you guys are on the world? And are you having the intention of walking or doing, getting on your wellness regimen, love to hear what you're doing and how it's going, and to keep in touch for the future on that. And Leah Rose, where are you from? Let us know where you're from. So we're going to have a new wellness quest starting in September. It'll be like 9 weeks. And it's complimentary, costs nothing, guys. You guys can join it and be in it with me. I get teams of like 5 people, plus myself, I'm the captain. And what happens is we have a team name, and it's an accountability sort of competition, if you will. Everybody wins. Oh, very cool. Everybody wins for the intention, but you can win prizes and stuff, and whatever your goals are. If it's weight loss, it's great. If it's general health, it's great. We have recipes that are shared in the Facebook groups. We have lots of motivation on different things. We have virtual exercises from one of our coaches that people can just look at, and it doesn't cost you a dime, okay, except commitment, your time. And I'd be happy to have you guys on the teams. I create more than one team, and it's always fun. And then also, or I may just do it on here. We'll see what the response is. We've always had a good response. I'm not worried about that. Just there's times I know I have this station too. And then, should be for a second. Okay. What does that say? I'm half retired, enjoying. Well, that's very good. That's very good. Nothing wrong with that. And then if people like to get a health survey, that's a naturopathic health survey. It goes through hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar, and digestion. I'm not a doctor making claims, but it was made by 500 naturopaths. It kind of speaks to you. I'm happy to do that too, complimentary. It saved my life. It's life-changing. And once you really start tracking your results and being more aware of everything, from what goes in your body to nutrition to walking to fasting, you really start understanding things and how your body works. It makes you more aware, right? And we always have to listen to that. And how that works as how it should. Whatever's going on the outside of the body is a reflection of the inside. That's mostly what's going of how they read that. And it tells you things, right? When we listen and we really pay attention, even lots of little things, we don't ignore them, right? And you're like, wow. So it's not like medicines where, you might get results. I'm not saying anything against medicines, but it's always a poison. There's always a side effect, right? So, some good books to read. I read motivational books and positive books, but that's not to do with wellness here. There's always some wellness stuff. I've bought in some books, and I'm going to catch up on some of that myself. I have some on EMFs I got to read, which is the electrical magnetic fields, which are really killing us. So that's some stuff, and there's some other things on the natural side. But I really kind of just research on PubMed.gov, things on health, and I talk to many doctors, and I tell different things. Doing these natural health surveys, I learn from these people that are doctors. They've taught me a lot. So that's what I mostly do with that. But I do like reading. I do think it's important, and more like for your brain health of staying positive overall and getting rid of the toxic people and toxic things and our thought processes. But they do say, since you brought that up, okay, thoughts are things. What you think about is what you become, and what you visualize. I do believe that too. So if you visualize yourself being healthy and all that, you make the intention, you start working towards it, right? That's the kind of books that you want to feed the brain with, because TV and all that, it's all bad news, the news and all that. It's all brainwashing. I'm not saying I don't watch TV. I don't use my TV. I use it on YouTube, and I'll watch what I want just to update. And if something bad's going to happen, you're going to find out anyway. And everybody's so obsessed with stuff. I run this balloon convention. Everybody's political on both sides, posting stuff on Facebook and wanting to hate each other. I don't have time for that. I just, everybody has their different opinions, their different things they talk about, and people come on here and try to change my talk too, or throw me off, right? That's on them. But there's some good things like what you just said, which makes the talk even more interesting, right? So that's all good. So we have to protect ourselves. And I am a fan of reading for that reason, reading the right stuff for your brain, and not being like silly of not knowing what's going on. I'm not saying that, but just being aware that there's too many negative things to hold you back. Like, oh, well, don't go walking today. Do it another day. Or I wouldn't do this diet because it's not good. But then they don't do the research themselves and look at the facts, right? And there's always different opinions, and even doctors have different opinions. That's why we say, if a doctor tells you something, I'm not saying not to listen, just get a second opinion, because they don't know everything. A lot of these doctors, they don't know anything about nutrition at all. So I get a physical. My doctor's taking notes on stuff. She's great. She's a DO. And then I go to another naturopath and get muscle tested on things on my stomach and different herbs, just to find things out I don't know. Okay, which is really amazing. So that educates me. So that's my answer to that. But I do like to read, for sure. It's gotten more difficult as my sight wasn't as good, right? Or I may need to go to some audiobooks sometimes, but all good stuff, and that's great suggestion. And good stuff. But the EMF book, I'm going to pull that out because I need to read that on the EMFs, the electrical magnetic fields, which is horrible. I even have like a little thing on my phone, which I have access to, private label too, that protects me from the EMFs. And I put it in my computer and I put it all over. So there's a whole book on that that I have. And there's lots of stuff out there. So I'm always trying to expand my mind, as you should too, with things, and do your due diligence and do your research, because as they say, what you don't know will kill you, and I'm speaking from experience of taking Advil, almost dying, and then being on Nexium for 10 years, after vomiting blood and going through me the other way. I don't trust a lot of things that they tell us and suggest. And then as the saying goes, the more you walk, the more you see, literally, right? So it's always good to read and to research and ask questions, and not to be silly, and get a second opinion from anybody or doctors, because sometimes, like I said, their training is just such that they're not trained in nutrition. However, when you a lot of times go into the ER on this subject, they will give you a magnesium drip. Interesting. But then that's nutrition, right? And magnesium is so important for so many things. And, it relaxes you, it helps you sleep, so many things. And just interesting. That's what I'm going to say. So, good stuff. But great question. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Really, really good. So anyway, I don't know how long I've been walking with you guys, but like I said, it's a little hot, but not too crazy. There's a nice little breeze. It's a beautiful day. I definitely have to drink some water in a bit, which is good. And I don't know when school starts here. I think in a few weeks. So people are getting in the end of summer, And last year, it was pretty warm in the fall. It felt like a second summer. It was like wild. And like I said, I was walking out here every day early, get my walks in, sometimes even like at 7. So we'll see how my schedule moves, if I get to bed earlier, if I get out here earlier in the morning. So we'll see what happens as I move into my next level of my wellness quest here with the fasting and all that, and just bringing it right. And and my friend that you were talking about losing the weight so quickly, what you had to do, I definitely am looking at that for November, but I'm not in a marathon about it, right? I just, can I do this 24-hour fast? Well, I believe I can, and there might be some days I get the hungry horrors, I don't know, that can happen, right? But a lot of times it's water, hydration, but I'm not gonna, do anything that's bad for myself. And I also, anybody listening to this, if you haven't done that before, definitely consult your physician. I'm not telling you what to do. So just telling you what I'm doing. And I know I've had results with it. So in my mind, I love to take another 30 pounds off before that. That's a lot in a way, but in a way it's not. It's 12 pounds a week. So we'll see. But then your body sometimes needs a reset. And I may do, the egg diet, saying I might do with the intermittent fasting a keto shake diet. I might do something else to shake the body up and to move things around, especially from that hard fat or the intestinal fat, which is what I definitely have. Is I had a fatty liver, they told me, after mom passed, because of the stress and all that, and the cortisol levels I know were through the roof, and that makes things tougher. So that's where choline comes in. You're talking about eggs and trying to eat like 4 a day if you can. Eggs are magnificent. It has amazing choline in it, and that really can help that. And I do some other things too, like I said, enough ginger and turmeric, and I have some patches. That's a peptide that helps with that intestinal fat. And you could be also skinny fat and have that too. And the intestinal fat is the fat that you really get in trouble with, right? Stuff that can kill you. So we don't want that. We want to get rid of that. So key. So anyway, sorry, I didn't expect to go all over there, but all good. All good. I see some regular people here that walk with me throughout the year. You bump into people that you recognize here, and it's nice. So, and everybody is keeping it moving, and it's always great. So, I'm going to say this. Come walk me around the world, right? Let's chat as Leah Rose. Thank you so much for subscribing. Anybody else on here, feel free to subscribe if this is speaking to you. We're aiming for 260 to 300 subscribers. I think with your help we can do it. And just people that's intention is to be inspired and to share their wellness quest, then this is for you. I'd love to hear from you. Love you guys to come walk with me and join me. So till tomorrow, everybody, thanks so much. And come walk with me around the world. And if this inspires you to get your station started to do that alone, I love to see it. I love to subscribe. And I love to motivate each other and keep each other accountable. That's what it's all about. We all need each other, guys. So let me know in the comments who else is working on fasting for 24 hours. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.